G'day guys, I'm in front of a class full of students at the moment, so excuse me if I have to stop and put on my angry eyes. These are my angry eyes, I'll show you. Okay, so the thing that we're doing at the moment is the volume of a cylinder, and some of you might have already realised that the volume of a cylinder is basically just a circular prism. In other words, in this case, the base is the circle, and that's also the cross-section that we can cut the whole way through. So if we're going to find the volume of a cylinder, it's just the area of the base of the circle, the circular cross-section, multiplied by the height. And how do we find the area of a circle? Area of a circle is pi r squared. And see it here. Pi r squared, which is the area of the base, times by, in this case, the height. Now remember last time I changed the height to d, because I like depth better. So it's the area of the circle times by the depth. It's basically the same thing that we've already done. So let's have a look at this question. What's the volume of this cylinder? Select the closest answer. So we have a cylinder that's 2 meters wide and 1 meter deep. Now we need to know the radius. So if it's 2 meters wide, that means the radius is 1 meter. So if we're going to do the volume of this, it's going to be the area of the face, which is pi times 1 meter squared, which is pi r squared, times by how deep it goes, which is 1. Let's type it into our calculator. So that's shift pi times 1 squared. Now some of you are going, 1 squared is 1. Doesn't matter. I'm just putting it in just to show you what to type into your calculator. So that's pi r squared times by the depth, which is 1. And boom, you have your answer, which is 3.1415. I'll just round that off to 3.14 meters cubed. Now we've established that volume has a cubic, should I say, in units cubed. So which one of these best, or is the closest answer to that? Of course it's C. Now let's have a look at this one. Now this one's slightly more difficult, because what we have is a pipe, a concrete pipe. So we have a cylinder, but cut out of the cylinder is another cylinder in the middle. We've got one radius of the little cylinder, in other words the cutout, and then we've got the radius of the big cylinder, which is the original pipe. And so the volume of this is going to be the volume of the big one, of the big cylinder, minus the volume of the little. So in other words, we're doing 2 pi r squared times depth, pi r squared times depth. First one is pi r, or should I say pi times 0.4 squared, because that's the big cylinder. And then we're cutting out now the little cylinder, which is pi times, oops, I've left something out, 0.35 squared. Sorry, I've done the area, but I haven't multiplied it by how deep it goes, which is 1.8 meters. So let me just go over that again. The first volume is pi times r squared times by how deep it goes, minus pi times r squared times by how deep it goes. And we can just type this straight into our calculator. Pi times 0.4 squared times by 1.8 minus pi times 0.35 squared times by 1.8. Now some of you are going, hang on, don't we need brackets? Well, this calculator, or all of our calculators, it does BODMAS by itself. So we don't actually need to worry about brackets, because this time we're timesing, and we're subtracting 2 lots of times. So it'll do all the times first, and then it'll subtract those 2 answers. So press equals, and we get 0.2120, or in this case, 0.212 decimal places, meters cubed. So the volume of the shaded bit of the pipe is 0.21 meters cubed.